Hello, welcome to the Knife Yak channel. Today I'm going to demonstrate how you can use a small knife to perform a big job. The knife that I'm going to be using today is the Spyderco Lil Native with a Wharncliffe shaped blade. The task that I'm going to be performing with this small knife is I'm going to cut up this large cardboard box and get it into this recycling bin. This large cardboard box is a double width cardboard compared to a normal Amazon cardboard box, which has a single layer of cardboard. I don't know if you can see that on the camera. You can see that okay? We're gonna have a close-up look at this cardboard. This is a double thickness wall of cardboard, which will make the cut considerably more challenging, but I think we'll be able to do it. Okay, so let's get started. There's a little bit of technique involved. I'll try not to explain too much, but I noticed that there are a couple of copper staples in this box. Obviously, I'll try to avoid those so I don't damage my edge. Okay, so let's see, how's the best way to do this? When I cut out cardboard, I usually cut the flaps off first, and I use the pre-existing angle to help orient the cut. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut this big flap off, and let's see, I'm going to get inside here. I think that'll help. And I'm going to get the cut started on that crease that's already exists there. And just cut straight through along that crease. And there we go. So I'll deal with that in a minute. We'll do the same thing on this piece. See, I'm going to get on the other side of the box. I like to keep the knife inside the fold as I cut. To me, that makes it a little bit easier as I do the draw cut. So we'll get the knife inserted into there. Just draw it straight back. Go. Okay, now this part is going to be a little bit interesting. Let me set the knife down. There we go. Now for this, I'm going to reach in as far as I can and cut through the there we go. You can see the blade coming out through the cardboard there. Okay. And now we've keep doing it. Let's go from this direction. There we go. Now, let's get these flaps off here. I'm going to bring the knife to the this is almost as far as my arm can reach. So I'm just going to bring the blade to the end of the cut where I'm going to start, and at an angle. I'm not going to do this perpendicular, but with the knife at a slight angle like that, and that will give me more shearing power, and the cardboard won't hang up on the edge as much. Okay, I'll do the same thing with this piece. All right, for this, now that I have this down to a manageable size, I'm gonna make a scoring cut. I'll use the recycling bin as a sort of a workbench here. What I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna make a scoring cut. I'm gonna bring just the tip of this is where the Wharncliffe blade really excels. I can use this point to make a draw cut, kind of like using a utility knife. I don't have to cut all the way through the cardboard. My goal is to just score the outer layer. So I can just make a cutting motion like that. I'm going about halfway into the cardboard, like that, and then the box will break. And now, if my arm is long enough, I can just reach to the end and I can finish the cut with very little resistance since the hard part's already done. And then, there you go. So now I'll just do that again. We're going to turn it this way. We'll do the same kind of scoring cut. All I have to do is penetrate the outer layer. And then that breaks. And then I can just reach here and just cut along that crease that's formed. Right? And we'll just keep doing that until we get the pieces down to a manageable size. As I'm reaching under the flaps, I can't see the knife, so I always orient the edge away from, towards the outside, with the spine up. That way I know where my edge is, and when I reach in, the knife edge is away from my fingers or my hand until I can see the knife on the other side. Now I can turn it around, now that I can see it. Now we're going to get this large piece here, so we'll do the same basic idea. far as I can. Make the scoring cut. Kind of break yourself in half. I'll reach down inside the crease so I can see the edge protruding out now. Just cut upwards. Okay, that was actually a quadruple thickness there because you got the flap and it's a double walled piece, but it was actually two of them at the same time. So that's pretty needs a pretty good slice to get through that. Now I'm gonna reach into this side. Really start dismantling these flaps. So this is that double thickness piece again. Oh, you can just feel the difference, but the knife goes right through it. Oh, this is where we have the staple, so I want to be careful not to ding the edge against the metal. And cut through that tape. See if I can find there we go. You can see that on the side, is that better? You can see the blade. Now I'm starting to get some cardboard a little bit bunched up there. Double thick, double wall, and the tape. Let's get a close-up of that. So we have essentially two double thickness walls of cardboard that are stacked against each other. Can you see that? And now this is our last piece. So we're almost done. So there you have it. Here's our step. Let's get a shot of this cardboard all piled up here with our Spyderco Lil Native for good measure. And there you go. Thank you for watching. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. Until next time.